little bit more about it, in what areas you felt the car had improved?
Yeah, it's definitely more aero-focused upgrade that we had. We've been lacking quite a bit of stability of the rear end of the car in high speed, so that definitely improved. But in Miami, there was only like 1 or 2 high-speed corners. Here, none. But yeah, we're making progress behind the scenes. And again, this weekend we've got some new aero bits, some mechanical upgrades as well. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening in the background.
So where do you see your battles this weekend with all of the upgrades that you've just mentioned?
You know, I think everyone is improving. Like, everyone is making steps, but we need to try and make sure that we make bigger steps. You know, for sure we're still battling Aston. Hopefully we can see that we're a bit closer to the midfield than we see as we go.
All right, Valtteri, thank you. Best of luck to you. Let's now open this to the floor. We will start with the broadcasters as normal, and David Croft.
Yeah. Thanks ever so much, Tom. David Croft, Sky Sports F1. A question for Lewis to start off with. Hope you've had a good couple of weeks. Congratulations to Arsenal for winning the Premier League title. I don't know what you've been doing in the last couple of weeks, but when you went back to Maranello, did you go in the sim? Did you do any sim work? And if not, why the change in approach? What is it about the sim work that you think, don't need that? I could actually be better off without doing that before I prepare for a race?
No, I didn't use a sim. Firstly, the sim is amazing. It's an amazing space to work in. It's the best sim I've ever seen. And the best group of people that I've, so a large team of people that I get to work with there, and so a day at the sim is actually pretty incredible. It is a very, very powerful tool, and something that as a team we continue to evolve. I think since I've been there, I've had a lot of input in some of its evolution, and they've been really respondent and made loads of changes, and we've just been improving it. With simulation, I feel that the goalpost is always moving. So I started driving the simulator in 1997, the first simulator, I would say, at McLaren. The cockpit didn't move, but we had force feedback in the steering, and I remember it was working at McLaren's old factory, and then when it moved to the
McLaren, we see.
I was they let me sometimes use it when I was in GP2, and then McLaren, we used it relatively often. Didn't again particularly enjoy it, but because they were kind of long days and a lot of laps. There's a point at which you don't stop. You stop learning when you're doing so many laps. For me personally, and then when I joined Mercedes, they were quite far off with the sim at the time. I didn't use it in all the championships that we won. Barely used the simulator. Very, very rarely. And then it was 2020, maybe 2021, started to use it a little bit more. I think there's only ever been really one time through all the years that I've used the sim, in these 20 years, that the setup that I had on the sim was the exact setup I used in qualifying and qualified pole. And that was Singapore, I think it was Singapore 2012 maybe? I think something like that. So then all the other times it's not quite perfect, but it is, as I said, it is a powerful tool. I just think since the last year I used it every week, and more often than not I felt, you do all the work on the sim and you get to the track, you find a setup that you're comfortable with, you get to the track, and everything's opposite. So then you're undoing the things you've learned, some of the ways you've approached the corners, you need to shift and adjust. Setup that you felt that was good on the simulator is not the same at the track sometimes. Sometimes it is, and so it's kind of hit and miss. So I just decided for this one I'm just going to sit it out and focus more on the data. So there was just a lot of deep diving on, through corner balance, mechanical balance, corner approaches, brake balance, optimizing the brakes, which have been a problem for me for some time, and that's led to really good integration with my engineers. So it's not a tool that I'm saying I'm never going to use again. I think it's something that for sure we'll continue to utilize, particularly on power deployment. Yeah. So most often what I'd done for the last 6 months, you'd go in after the weekend and you'd work on correlation. and so that when we run it again, but then you go to the next track and it's slightly off sometimes, and so we'll see how the weekend goes. But China, for example, I didn't have do the sim for China, and that was my best weekend.
Thank you, Lewis. Next one.
Craig Slater from Sky. It's another one for Lewis. I wonder if you could, Crofty mentioned Arsenal, whether you could share some of the emotions of Arsenal winning the league. It's been a long time, and you've been a long fan. And if I could relate it to F1, Mikel Arteta's been given some time, and they've had that continuity at Arsenal. Are you hopeful that you can have the same at Ferrari given time? And it seems like a settled outfit that you have too.
I think for everyone, very emotional. I shed a tear, to be honest, because I remember I was 5 years old, and I used to play in the local Stevenage in Petrie Way. Used to play around the corner football with friends, and I was the only black kid in the area, and out of the people that I was playing with, and I remember trying to fit in, and all of them sported different, West Ham and Tottenham and Manchester. So I was bouncing between all these when I was like 4 or 5 years old, depending on who I was with. And my sister, I remember exactly I messaged her the other day, she was walking me home, and she asked me what team I supported, and she gave me a dead arm back then. She gave me a little dig in my arm and said, you have to support Arsenal. So we had a laugh yesterday about it, but and then we've had so many close moments, and to finally get it, it was wow. A lot of emotion came up for me, and as I'm sure for so many people, I'm just so happy and proud of the team.
This is new.
And obviously Arsenal was great. I think the direction they've gone in the past couple of years has been just fantastic.
Okay, so DOT style?
Very inspired by what they've done. Really, really proud of the
That's
team.
new.
And I think they can go from strength to strength from here and only get stronger. And in terms of what my time in my team, I'm always looking for other leaders that are doing great things and how they work with teams. I'm always trying to learn how I can be a better colleague, a better teammate to the people around me, how I can extract more from myself, but also from the people and the groups that I get to work with. Because teamwork it really does make the dream work. It's a real thing, and when you have a huge group of people, there's so many different energies, and you have to be quite dynamic.
Now I kind of feel like I wish I could bet that's
I
right.
feel like we're in a really good place. I'm in a good place with my team. There's always going to be teething issues and stuff that you always have to work on, but I'm really happy.
Thank you for that. Next.
Mara San Giorgio, Sky Sport Italy, another one for Lewis. Lewis, we are getting closer to the Monaco Grand Prix, and the rumors are starting to spread. What about you? Is everything clear? Is everything okay for you for next year?
Yep, I'm still in contract, so everything's 100% clear to me, and I'm still focused. I'm still motivated. I still love what I do with all my heart, and I'm going to be here for quite some time, so get used to it. There's a lot of people that are trying to retire me, and that's not even on my thoughts. I'm already thinking of what will be next.
That's it.
And planning for the next 5 years. But I'm still plan to be here for some time. So
Thank you.
It's Mariana Becker from TV Global. Hi, Lewis. Hi, Valtteri.
I don't speak it, man.
Almost sleeping. Lewis, I was going to ask you something else, but I'm curious, why did you choose Canada to bring your mother? It was her choice, and how does it change for you in a weekend having your mother around?
So I've been trying to get my mum to come on the road for a while, and she hasn't wanted to travel the last couple of years. So she's only come to Silverstone for the last God knows how many years, and I tried to get her out of her comfort zone last year and bring her to Canada. I wanted to take her to Lake Louise and so many beautiful places in Canada to visit, and excuses kept coming up. And so she promised me end of the year, she said next year is the year I'm going to travel with you. So we did China together, which was honestly the best time we'd ever had together. And then she asked me if she could come to Montreal, and I was like, absolutely. But I think also because it is a really great city to come to. It's good restaurants here. There's such a buzz in town. And I was like, do you want to bring a friend? And she's like, no, I just want to come spend time with you. So, you know, we have just a great time. She's really my best friend. So I'm really grateful that she's taken the time to come and be here.
Yeah, this is perfect.
I think probably
My mom and then I don't want to
It
ruin
definitely
like
weekend.
glorifying
you
it.
have
Because you guys will know better listen.
and
Oh, wow.
the fact that
That's
you're
a
on the road all the
podcast.
time, you don't
I mean, I
always get
kind of
to
wish
see
her.
your family.
That's the charm.
really
It's
nice to
an
have that.
remember
And also to get to when we went to
experience.
China, I got to show her all the team. She loved being around the team. She felt really integrated with the team, and they made her feel so welcome. So, and she loved being around Italians, and the food was great. So
Oh, perfect. This is actually
so
perfect.
I'm excited for her to be here, and fingers crossed.
Question for Valtteri.
Oh, hey.
You obviously worked quite closely with Kimi Antonelli last year. I was just interested to hear kind of what specifically you worked on with him as you in your role as a mentor, and have you seen much of that, what you worked on in his success early this season?
Yeah, first of all, I take all the credit, of course, for his success. You know, I think it's just a fact. No, I mean, it's been great to see. I was always had a feeling that he can make a good step after his first year over the winter, and that's what he's done. He's grown a lot in a short period of time. He seems much more confident, much more comfortable with the team, with the car. But yeah, just the latest advice I gave him last year is just keep doing what you're doing, because he was making great progress. He was getting more confidence in driving, but also his technical feedback. So I think it seems like he's been just chipping away, just ticking boxes. He's still
Tempest. Okay, at least pressure point is done. That's fine. Tempest Flourish is okay.
Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. We have just heard the press conference of the both drivers, with all drivers that we had. So it's a really interesting mix that we had. So the Canadian.
A very warm welcome back, everybody, to Group 2 of our drivers' press conference here in Montreal.
Okay, let's go.
As you can see from left to right, we're joined by Pierre Gasly, George Russell and Arvid Lindblad. Very warm welcome to you all. Pierre, why don't we start with you today? Now, you've done more driving than most since Miami, both at Paul Ricard and Magny-Cours. How was it to be back behind the wheel at two iconic French racetracks?
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it already. I went to Castellet, flew from Castellet to Magny-Cours, and I did 2 days testing in Magny-Cours. So it was pretty cool. Obviously, like mainly, in Castellet, being around the French fans, motorsport fans, very special weekend. Seeing a lot of like old F1 cars, getting a few laps in like 1979. Renault turbocharged car, which felt pretty amazing and just made me realize how much our sport has evolved over time, and it's almost like a complete different sport these days. And then it was good to get in Magny-Cours. Interesting track. It was my first ever time. And we're just talking about the fact that we're not doing any driving so far. We're end of May and we've done only 4 races, and just eager to get some more action on track.
Well, the Pirelli wet tyre test at Magny-Cours could prove useful this weekend, given the weather forecast. How was the car in the wet?
You guys are gonna be shocked. I'm glad I've done these 2 days because, it's gonna be interesting for you guys. I mean, I've had Silverstone 20th of January, which was memorable, and I think will stay, with me forever. But Magny-Cours was also something. So,
yeah, what is it? Is it the torque? What makes it so challenging?
You don't want me to answer that question, so.
Okay. Okay. Well, look, let's talk about on-track performance here in Montreal, assuming it's dry. You said in Miami that you weren't particularly happy with your car. Do you feel you've made any progress? I know you've been on the sim back in Enstone.
Yeah, so we've had good learnings from Miami, and yeah, I think we're coming here with more answers. Still a few things to try in FP1 to, fully understand the stuff we've put on the car at the last race. But I'm confident we've made the step forward we needed. And then generally, I think the pace was good in Miami. We've seen both cars in Q3s managed to P8 in the sprint. Franco managed to finish P7 in the race. So I think there's a great momentum happening. And we just got to keep pushing and still try to get even more out of ourselves here.
And do you think the track layout here in Montreal will suit your car?
I don't know, but I'm confident we got a good baseline to fight for the points.
This is the end of the day.
Miami was we were a little surprised with the gaps, which seemed to have spread a tiny bit more, and we seem to be quite clear of the midfield there. Hopefully it's going to be the case this weekend, but we'll find out tomorrow.
Pierre, final one from me. Did you follow Max's attempt at the Nürburgring 24 Hours? If you did, what did you make of it?
It was hard not to follow it, to be fair. And I found it pretty cool. I think I respect, the performance, the commitment. I love to do the race as well, and actually, compete in the same way. And I thought it was very unlucky.
Bro, you could tell. Bro, is just driving it differently than everyone else. Huh?
No surprise to see him very competitive in that category and in that field. So, yeah, they've been
looked really
couple of great highlights.
More than Max actually.
And stuff like that.
I want to. You could tell. That was some really good driving. I did see. It's having a lot of DCM. I think that's the beauty of.
Orphe tells me the queen. She's been settling in just fine down at your house. Must be different having a lady like that around. Lady Senior take.
Oh, he's taking it about as well as he's taken anything ever. Now that you mention it, still very much himself.
Glad to hear it. Orphe always liked singing for an audience more than I did, and it sounds like she's a good one.
One, 2, 3, 4.
Sure thing, hon.
Why, thank you.
Thank you.
And I thought it was really cool. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. Best of luck this weekend. George, on to you. Pierre would like to do Nürburgring 24. How about you?
Yeah, definitely one day, to be honest. Like Pierre said, watching Max at the weekend was pretty cool to see. I've followed the race in the past, and those 24-hour races there, Bathurst as well, they're just
also wanted to just give a shout out to inside the whole Maxi. Watch the highlights of the 6 hours of Spa and the Imola as well, if you can. Really good races. Oh my god, the Spa one, I think more what's the name? Oh my god, what a trick. Because of Spa one. Seriously. Man, not but Spa is truly a race car track. And it showed, it really showed. It was really fun to watch. It's wow. Same on sun's on. Okay. Let's use it.
Us are in a slightly different position to Max. Obviously, we're also pursuing to win a world championship, but obviously he's in a luxurious position to do what he enjoys, and yeah, that's great for him, and he did a great job.
All right, well, let's bring it on to here now. Your last year's winner here in Montreal. You've always gone well at this track. How much are you looking forward to getting out on track?
Like Pierre said, I mean, we're end of May, we've done 4 races, and it's felt very disjointed so far this year. So just looking forward to getting into just going racing and more races back to back, getting into a bit of a groove. Miami was obviously a very tough weekend for me, but a huge amount learned from that, and I feel great coming into this weekend.
What was the biggest learning from Miami?
Well, I think for a lot of us, we're also focused on the energy management, that all of the issues from the past, and dealing with the tyres, dealing with the setup, just fundamentals of racing has kind of been put on the back burner because we're also focused on energy management. So, you know, we missed some key things because we were focused elsewhere, and that was a good little reminder. So, as I said, as painful as it was a very much needed weekend, because I think it's going to prove very beneficial for the rest of the year.
Now, everyone's interested to see Mercedes' first big upgrade of this season. What do you expect from it?
Well, I'm hoping it's going to be, you know, as competitive as what we saw the upgrades of McLaren and Ferrari brought in Miami. They obviously took a decent step forward. Our numbers, excuse me, our numbers look pretty promising, but we know it doesn't often, it may not correlate that way in reality. So there's no science telling us it won't be competitive, but as I said, until we drive it on track, there's always going to be a few unknowns.
Right. Final one from me. You spoke about everyone's focus on the power unit. Just can I bring you onto that and your thoughts on the 6 megajoule recharge limit in qualifying? The lowest of the season so far. How will it affect you in the cockpit?
I don't think it'll affect a lot, to be honest. I think it's the right decision. Seeing the simulations, it doesn't look like we're losing speed at the end of the straights. There shouldn't be any quirks in terms of lifting, coasting during the lap. So, you know, definitely the right direction, and I think it should be more straightforward here.
All right. Best of luck to you. Thank you for that. And Arvid, thank you for waiting.
Oh my God.
First Canadian Grand Prix. What are your impressions of the circuit, Gilles Villeneuve?
Yeah, I think it's an amazing track. I'm really looking forward to getting on track this week. You know, I remember the famous 2011 race was one of the first races I watched as a kid. It was one of the ones that I sort of fell in love with the sport over. I still remember that very well. So to get the opportunity to drive this special track, I'm really looking forward to it.
Can you tell us a little more about your preparations? Because, of course, it's a sprint weekend. It's a tough track at which to come for the first time. When it is a sprint, what have you done to prepare?
Yeah, I mean, it will be a challenge. I mean, the reality of how this season's been, there's been quite a lot of sprints. I think it's 3 out the first 5 are going to be sprint races, so I'm getting a little bit used to it. But I think just a lot of work on the sim. You know, that's the main tool we have for preparation. So being at the factory, going over some things from the previous years, but then, yeah, doing my own bit with the engineers on the sim, trying to get as ready as possible, watching on boards, all the sort of normal stuff.
And we've got some more upgrades on the car this weekend. How did they feel on the sim?
Yeah, they felt good.
Oh my God.
We've got a new floor, so it should be a bit of a step. But like George alluded to, you know, it's always hard to know if that correlates 100% to the track. So optimistic, but just going to focus on myself, and we'll see what happens.
Look, final one from me, Arvid. Race 5, with all these gaps in the calendar, you've had time to reflect on how it's gone so far for you this year. What is your summary of your first season?
I think it's been okay. I think there's been some good moments, there's been some difficult moments, which are to be expected, obviously, with, you know, my rookie year. I don't know, I think overall I'm quite positive. I think I've shown what I can do at times, but there's still, you know, areas to work on and stuff. So, yeah, I've got confidence in myself, but trying to work on...
maybe in 3 races I can't really summarize without just saying...
Now, let's open it to the floor. We'll start with the broadcasters.
You can, yeah.
David.
David Croft, Sky Sports F1. Unsurprisingly, question to you, George. 20 points off the championship lead. I know we're only on round 5. How big a weekend is this for you? If you don't get the results you want, does that leave an impression going forward, or is there still a long way to go?
It's just another race for me. It's just another race, and it's not even, on my mind, the championship. I know what I'm capable of. I know the speed I've got. Obviously, Miami was a bad weekend. It was a tough weekend for me there last year, and I went to Montreal and had a great weekend. Doesn't mean this year is going to be the same, but I just need to focus on myself, go through my processes as I did in Melbourne, as I did in China, and control what I can control. So, there's really no need to panic at all. And as we said, we're 4 races down, 18 at least to go. And I actually look back over my F2 season, which was obviously the last time I fought for a championship, and I was P6 after 4 races in F2 and about 35 points down. So, at this point, it means nothing.
Thank you, George. Next one. No more from the broadcasters. Let's open this to the written media, please.
Sorry, I was sleeping. Another question to George. George, you were speaking about your updates that you have here, but how do you consider important the upgrades you have also in the software that can help you during your starting procedure?
Well, obviously the starts are a big focus for us because that's clearly our biggest weak point. We know short term it's going to be difficult to make major gains, and we're obviously trying as hard as we can to solve it short term, but there's also some medium term items that we need to make changes to and continue to improve. And of course, race starts we don't get to practice very often. You can't practice it on the simulator really. You only get some races you cannot even practice in free practice, the race starts. So we'll keep trying our best to improve.
Thanks, George. Another one, please.
Craig Slater, Sky Sports. Another one for George. You talked a bit about the stop-start nature of this year, and you've had a bit of bad luck as well. In terms of your feel, though, for the car, there's no sense that in any way it doesn't marry with your driving style?
No, I think it's very circuit dependent, the same way as it was.
Oh my God, it's this lava,
stronger
bro.
circuits, weaker circuits. And as I said, if I look at it objectively, Miami was the only blip, as it kind of was for me last year as well. So hopefully it's one race out of 22 where it's like that. It has been a bit of a tricky start with a bit of bad luck in China and Japan, and the season could be in a totally different predicament if that was slightly different. So as I said, there's no cause for concern. It's business as usual. We'll see what this weekend brings, and also going into the European season when we're all in a bit more of a groove. There's some double headers, triple headers at the end of the year. Things shift very quickly.
Thank you for that. Another one.
Hi George, Guilherme from TV Globo. Can you break down please why this track is so unique as we saw last year?
Well, I think the last 2 years this track has suited our car.
Why would you make me choose between these two?
We clearly perform better in the cooler conditions. We won in
So
Vegas,
stupid.
we won in Canada. I've been pole here the last 2 years, and I think that was the biggest part of it. Kimi was on the podium here last year as well. We both performed very well. So, the first 3 races of the year, we've obviously won as a team. The 4 races of the year last year, we didn't. Then we get to Canada, we won. So it doesn't guarantee that we'll win again this year. So, and it's just a track I like. I like the flow. I like the sort of medium speed nature of the corners. I enjoy it here.
Welcome back to the channel. Now we are going with part 2 of the press conference for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal. Here's where the 2006 really starts to show, because because here you've got drivers who are either pushing forward or trying to pull. We have Pierre Gasly. Gasly came in very focused and very aware of how crucial it is this season in 2026. Small gaps separate multiple teams, and he made it clear this track can precision, clear laps, and staying disciplined, no risks. And honestly, that's exactly the mindset you need here, because one mistake in Canada doesn't just cost you time. Talking about Gasly, he has been performed really well.
Well done, George. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels good. You know, it's obviously just a sprint race, but off the back of a tough Miami, I wasn't too surprised with the performance in Miami, and I'm not. I knew this would suit me better as it was last year, so it was kind of nice to get that validation.
Did you need that validation? Did you?
No, not really. No, because I've been in the sport for 7 years, and Trent's been there for 7 years. It's just you guys now see it because I'm fighting for victories and championship. So as I said, I didn't need that validation, and maybe we had Bahrain and Saudi between Miami. They were good races like we had in Melbourne and China. And then the conversation might be better. So as I said, good to take the first day. Still a long way to go. Tomorrow is another day. It's wet, so still focused on just getting the points.
Look, I can't help but be bitter about Suzuka.
This is it. That's
Getting
going
off
to
the
ask you,
line.
right?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment for us it's a bit kind of flicking a coin and hoping for the best. We are making baby steps in that regard, but we're far from where we need to be. So, you know, McLaren are behind us. They've been making fast starts. Lewis, I think it's P4, maybe?
Yes.
So
sorry,
that's
P5. Lewis.
P5, okay. So, as I said, I'm just enjoy the moment and just try and carry over that confidence to tomorrow.
It's Kimi. Was it there at all, do you feel?
Well, the lap was quite bad, to be fair. This session was not clean at all. You know, I did a mistake in SQ2 and that threw me off a little bit. Then I decided to go for lap 1 on soft without doing prep, and yeah, there were a bit cold, and it was just a messy session, but still P2 and very close, so the potential is definitely there, and yeah, we'll do better tomorrow.
3/10 over your rivals in that session at least. Do you feel that's a representative gap to the rest of the field right now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we brought the upgrade, and that's what it was giving to us in terms of performance. So, of course, we still need to understand a little bit more the package because the balance has changed a little bit. But overall, yeah, we, you know, it seems to have given us a little bit of an edge again. But yeah, we'll focus on to tomorrow.
Lando, 3/10 off the Mercedes in the end. Is that a good result today from what you've seen earlier in the weekend?
Yeah, no, a very good result actually. No, a good surprise. I think after this morning we were a little bit worried, let's say, about how far off we were, and more just the lack of confidence in the car. But we made some tweaks. We went, yeah, we changed some things and seemed to make a good improvement. So happy with third. I mean, it wasn't the best lap. I could have got more out of it, but then when I saw the gap to the guys ahead, not that much, you know. So no positive turnaround, and I'm proud of the team that we managed to do such a good job.
How are the upgrades feeling, and does the car feel like it could challenge for the win in the sprint tomorrow?
I think it certainly felt decent. Some things are maybe a bit more questionable, and we probably need just more time to review things and look back, especially because it's such a weird track. This is so low grip. You're kind of bouncing off curbs and stuff, so you're not getting a kind of a true representation of everything, and it's hard to kind of back it up with what we have in the wind tunnel and things like that. So we need a bit more time with some bits, and we'll probably reintroduce some of them next weekend or in Barcelona. But at the same time, the rest of the car now I think was clearly working well, and I felt confident in Q3, especially on the soft. Which is probably the first time this weekend that I felt that confidence, you know. So now a good step forward, and we'll see what we can improve knowing that into tomorrow.
Great stuff, thank you. How's the car feeling out there, and is that a good sign for these upgrades, essentially?
I mean, it was feeling pretty good. I think a bit of a messy day for everybody, I think, but the Mercedes still looks very strong. So I think that's probably the biggest takeaway from today, unfortunately, but we'll see what we can do, see how we can optimize things a bit better, and try our best again tomorrow.
The Ferraris look pretty strong for a while. You've both had good starts so far this season. Is that a challenge tomorrow while you want to get ahead of the Mercedes? You've got to keep an eye on your rearview mirrors.
I mean, our starts have been better than the Ferraris all year, so we're confident in ours. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before Mercedes get theirs competitive as well. But until that time comes, we'll try our best to take advantage of it.
Thank you.
Hey Lewis, I don't think there was anyone more committed through that final chicane out there. It looked like you had a car that you were having a lot of fun with. I know it wasn't maybe as high up as you would have hoped, but that was a great quality it looked like from you.
Yeah, great. Probably the best qualifying session we had for some time, and just really great work with the engineers. Setup changes, the car felt really fantastic from P1, and we made just subtle changes going into quali. P1 and P2 is looking good, and then I don't know why the others are able to turn up a little bit more. I don't know, but I'm just happy to be there in the fight. I was having so much fun out there. So, and also, the fact that I didn't do the sim, and I felt it's the best I felt all year. So, I think that's the way forward for me.
Maybe that should have been the way forward, I guess, from the start. In terms of the comfort in the car, did it feel like you said, from P1 it just came alive after that hard work you've done with your engineers?
Yeah, we worked really hard sifting through the data the last couple of weeks. And I found that so much more beneficial in terms of, one, I was able to then just focus on training and not be distracted, and then the second part was just really going through a fine comb with ride stability,
Are you serious?
and mechanical balance, and just find. And I chose a setup that we've not used. We never used it.
Oh my
before,
God.
So, and it's
embarrassing.
car for me. So I hope that goes well for the rest of the weekend.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the weekend. Thanks.
You had looked really quick there. McLaren have just pipped you to that second row. Is that roughly what you expected, or were you hoping more from more this weekend?
But honestly, on my side, I kind of expected it. I haven't been at all at ease with the car. I'm really struggling with the brakes on my side of the garage for some reason. So we need to look into it, trying to find something for tomorrow. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long weekend because in the brakes, I get into the corners hoping that I don't end up going straight. So yeah, that's the main issue at the moment. Other than that, the car feels actually quite okay. Lewis has been incredibly quick this weekend. But on my side, I just need to work on the fillings with the brakes, and hopefully we get the situation well tomorrow.
Hey Max, you painted that first section on the medium tyre looked good. Just as that quality progressed, were you disappointed maybe that Mercedes, the Ferrari took it up a little bit?
I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, my feeling in the car was not very good. I was struggling a lot with just the ride of the car, so all over the bumps. I couldn't put my foot down. Actually, my feet were even flying off the pedal. So, it just made it very difficult to be consistent, and that's something that we need to investigate.
Were you able to make a step at least from this morning into spring qualifying?
No, it was not great. So, of course, we were stuck with that for the sprint, but some other things to understand, and hopefully that will be then a bit better for quality.
So how tricky do you think the rest of the week is going to be with the car that you've got? I
don't know. We'll see.
Right, best of luck. Thanks.
Obviously, that looked like a pretty good session for you out there. Is that a fair reflection on it?
Yeah, I think for sure the pace was better than expected. I think the team have done a mega job. Obviously, we've got this new upgrade. It seems to be working well. And I think also, I'm happy with myself. Obviously, it's a very difficult track to come to as a rookie, especially on a sprint weekend. And I think I've done a good job to get up to speed. A little bit disappointed with SQ3 because I think I could have maximised more. But still, I think we were. I think to be in Q3 is really good compared to where we were in Miami. So a few things to work on my side, but overall happy with myself and very grateful to the team.
What can you expect from tomorrow? I know you haven't raced around this track before. What can you expect from tomorrow in the sprint? Do you think you can get into the points?
We'll see. I mean, in the end, I think we're
Let's
best
try
of the
this.
rest. I mean, you have all the top teams in front, which all the previous races they've had quite a step. They've been quite a step ahead. We seem more competitive today in quali, so we'll see. I think. Obviously, with all the interruptions in FP1, no one was able to get a proper long run. So we'll see. I think graining will be a factor. It was quite a big thing last year. We know that we have decent starts. So, I don't know. It should be fun. For sure, we'll get stuck in and see what happens.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Pretty awful day out there. Didn't really get much running out there. Just how annoying is it not to even get the shot at sprint quali today?
Yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, obviously tomorrow is definitely more important, but obviously this also really doesn't show tomorrow as well. Because, I've done
Each time I
2
go.
laps, 3 laps all day. So yeah, it's a shame. The car looks really good as well. Like looking at quali at the moment, the pace is looking really good, and it felt good as well in the first couple of laps this morning. So yeah, plenty of positives at least. That we have good speed. We just need to hopefully have a good day tomorrow, try and learn what we can in the sprints, and then put it all into qualifying.
On a track like this, guys, confidence is key. When you kind of lose this kind of running, how much does that set you back on their time? Is there time when you can kind of pull it back tomorrow, obviously, the sessions you've
I think in a week in that sprint, really it's tough to get that track time. 21 is really good to put the laps together, because that's the only actual practice we get. The rest of the time we're in competition and sort of performance mode. So it definitely makes it really tough on a weekend like this. Also, this track is quite hard, as you said. It's a bit unique, so I've never been here before, but it's going to be tough for sure. Like I'm going to be playing catch up tomorrow, and it's obviously the way that we drive in the sprint is going to be different to qualifying. So I think qualifying will be the biggest step that I have to make, and I'll be doing what I can to prepare for that.
We heard you say it possibly could have gone a bit earlier. What are you referencing there, and what
just at the end there was not enough time for everyone to go. Only a few cars made it, but I think we needed the temperature, so I think there was not much we could have done. To improve our position, I think we maximized it today, which is something that makes me pleased. And we made some changes going into qualifying. We were really close here not to go into SQ2, but yeah, it's how it is, and hopefully tomorrow we can have a good sprint from there, and obviously a good quali.
Got a couple of cars behind you in the Williams and the Racing Bull as well that didn't manage to get out there today. What's the prospect for the sprint tomorrow, do you think?
I think to get as much learning as possible going into the race. That's really our main objective. Especially Sunday is looking like it can be tricky and difficult, so we just have to be there and make sure we maximize our day.
Hey Valtteri, how was it out there? It felt like you didn't maybe get a clean enough lap out there to kind of show what you could do.
Yeah, I'm unlucky today. Like I was banking everything on the last 2 laps, and that never happened with the red flag. So just unlucky with the timing, but yeah, I think again, even though the results doesn't show now, I still feel like we're making progress.
So in terms of the overall feel of the car, then from what you learned this morning, how confident is it?
Yeah, we changed quite a lot of the car this weekend, different chassis and everything. So it's been definitely feeling better and quite different to the previous races. So, but like I said, well, there's still lots of weekend lots of sessions that matter.
Had it felt like with that old chassis that there was something fundamental wrong with it then to force it to change?
There definitely was something right in the last events, but I mean, these are the things we find when we're a new team, and it's part of it.
What the heck, we're gonna do something on this then?
Tell me what happened.
Yeah, lock up the fronts, and yeah, you are a passenger after that, and yeah, there is no room to avoid anything here in Canada. So yeah, too much on the limit.
Anything going on in the car at all? It's not a usual mistake from you.
Well, we are a little bit behind, you know, we don't have the pace. So we are P14, I guess, so we were pushing 7 or 8 places more than what we should have.
Hi Lars, I mean you did everything, got as far to the front of that queue as you could to try and get a lap in, but that was a lot to ask for, I guess, in that final lap.
Yeah, just tires too cold in the final lap, so...
Come on, again?
What would be a good result for you in the sprint
I'll
tomorrow?
just say this here.
I don't know, just finish the race.
Pierre, I guess you're pretty frustrated with that. Just tell us what happened.
Yeah, we didn't get a lap. The lap we put in, we started the lap at the bottom of the pack. And basically all the straight lines was really down, so we lost over a second. And a second there, we had a last chance, but with the red flag, unfortunately, it just made it impossible. So I tried to put us in a better position on the pit exit, but I could not do it.
Can you do much in the sprint tomorrow? It's not going to be really a long enough race, is it? Or is it going to be long enough?
We'll try to for Sunday.
Franco, how were your laps out there? And was there anything more in the car today, do you feel?
I think yes, there was more. But, you know, especially getting laps in. I have in the quality 4 laps.
Let's try.
In total, FP1, well, FP, I went out the pit lane and the car broke down, so it was not a great session, especially in a track that was so dirty. This generation of cars, especially in spring weekends, you need to get the laps in, and I didn't get them in for practice. So I was learning the track in spring quali that you only get to push laps. And I was pretty strong at adapting well and quickly, because it was a tough session. It was very difficult with traffic. It was very difficult with the strat switches, and then the track was very dirty and very different to last year. So it was a lot of things to learn very quickly. But generally, I think I've done a good sprint quali with the team. They've done a big effort to put the car back together to go out in quali and at least at the lap. And it's been, I think, as strong as it could have been, but there is for sure much more to maximize tomorrow in quali to we develop with the car.
How have the upgrades been working, and do you see this as sort of an upward slope for the rest of the weekend once you get some more laps in?
Yeah, I think it's tricky to say, because it's just very difficult to compare at the minute, and especially in sprint weekends you don't get a lot of you don't get so much feedback and you don't get so much data as any other weekend, and with so little free practice to try things, it becomes harder to understand, I think. But it's, for what we saw, it's all going in the right direction and it's all working properly. Of course, we need to do a few more steps, but yeah, especially onto tomorrow, try to have in race and understand more things for quality.
Gabby, so close to getting into Q3. How was the car out there today, and was there anything else left?
Yeah, I mean, probably yes, a little bit. The lap was good, but not the mega lap of quali. But yeah, anyway, the track was tricky, it was very dirty, and everyone was struggling with tire temps. And I think I did a decent lap, but not enough to go through Q3.
Where do you think you're fighting tomorrow?
I think where we are right now, top 10 it's a realistic thing for us.
Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel, and this is the end of the sprint qualifying in Canada, and honestly the drivers' reaction tell a big story than the lap times, because this was just about speed today. This was about confidence, pressure, and in some cases survival. Let's break down what drivers were actually saying right after jumping out of the car. First thing, almost every driver came out of the car talking about
the brand ambassador for Tunnock. Why isn't it me? Who do you think it is? Ewan McGregor. I bet Ewan McGregor's got Tunnock. I don't know. James McAvoy? If James McAvoy got the Tunnocks gig. If McAvoy got Tunnocks, I'll be raging.
Oh, yes.
Hello, I'm David Tennant, and this is Snack Wars, England versus Scotland edition for Lad Bible. Ah, the Tunnocks tea cake. I was brought up on these. There are statistics about how many of these are consumed in Scotland around that. It's eye-watering. They're absolutely perfect, delicious, and light as air. A Bakewell tart. I mean, I also like a Bakewell tart, but I mean, this isn't even. This is the Tunnocks tea cake is a magnificent. That's really good. Look at that. Look how clean it looks. Perfect. This is a sort of short cake base, but it's quite moist, quite almost spongy. Very thin layer of apparently actual milk chocolate. And this is like a Mallory light. It's like a cloud. There's just that's really good. That's really good. Nothing wrong with Bakewell tart. Is that a Mr. Kipling? It's Mr. Kipling. Yeah. fine. There are other things that you could put down here that the baked well tart would beat, and beat soundly, and beat well, and be proud of. Scotland. Punch Scotland. Here we go. What am I looking at here? Is that a Morton's roll? Oh, it's a square sausage in a bun. And look at that. Look at the butter melting and sinking in. It's like a sort of flooring tile of meat. That's what that is. Square sausage is very much a staple in Scotland. And outside the country, you just don't find them.
Why is it square?
Why not? Why should a sausage not be square? It's almost more like a burger than a sausage. This then I'm thinking is a Greg's sausage roll? Is that one? One looks a little bit more handcrafted, doesn't it? That looks like it's come out of the shop. I know which one I'm going to prefer. That's like a dead man. I'd say the roll's a little overfired. You know, if we're going to split hairs, this could be slightly softer. The Morton's roll is very famously, again, you don't really get these outside Scotland. Famously very fluffy with a hard heritage. This one perhaps a little too hard, but I'm quite looking forward to this. It really needs some brown sauce though. Brown sauce to finish that off. Ow. I need to edit this bit down. Yeah. The bit of brown sauce, that would be perfection. Delicious. Hot stories. Dare I ask you where it's going? Of course it's Tunnocks are back! I'm not a brand ambassador, I'd like to point out, although I may be sounding like one. This is the other. Twix is pretty classic, isn't it? Ah, do you like a Twix? It's a nice combination of ingredients. Listen, that's not bad. I haven't had a caramel wafer in quite a long time. But again, they haven't changed. They've just been very consistent in look and texture and... It just tastes a bit more real, this. Maybe that's because I'm accessing some sort of childhood memory here. It feels like it's made with love and care. The Twix is a little mass-produced over here. This feels like each one has been individually handcrafted from the thighs of Scottish artisans.
I'm not actually believing you're not a brand ambassador.
It does. Why? I might need to ask them for some money for this kind of endorsement.
Yeah. I think they're going to reach out.
Yeah. Do Tunnocks have a brand ambassador? Who is the brand ambassador for Tunnocks? And why isn't it me?
Who do you think it is?
Ewan McGregor. I bet Ewan McGregor's got Tunnocks. He's got Tunnocks all sewn up, and I don't know.
James McAvoy.
If James McAvoy got the Tunnocks gig, if McAvoy got Tunnocks, I'll be raging. Not pretty good.
Tennant's Tunnocks as well. Tennant's Tunnocks.
I mean, the copyrights itself, doesn't it? I'd probably just do it for free product as well. They should really get in touch. Tunnocks, we need to talk. We need to really talk. This is great. This is great.
Dare I ask?
You don't need to ask. 10 points to Scotland. Okay, here we go.
Oh, that was quick.
Oh, is this pudding? Oh! That's a deep fried Mars bar, isn't it?
It certainly is.
I've wanted to. They're not as readily available. I don't think they are. They're not literally on every street corner where I come from. I'm quite excited. It's quite cold. It's meant to come straight out the fryer.
Yeah.
They also do cream eggs in some places. crunchies. I think you'd in certain.
Try anything nowadays.
Yeah. What do we think? Do you think it's gonna be nice? Not horrible. It's not horrible. It's not unpleasant. That was hot. That might be quite good. So this is a bread and butter tuna. Again, handmade. You can't go wrong with a bread and butter. Needs a bit of custard, I'd say. Needs a bit of. It could be a little bit more caramelised. Maybe. It's slightly sludgy, as bread and butter puddings go. You know, it's not great, but it's. But this is, you know what? This is quite special. Oh, go on. Just your ingenuity. You've got a bit of contribute by Mars bar, haven't you?
Point to Scotland.
Point to Scotland. What is that? Oh, is that a macaroni pie? Macaroni pie and what's that thing? This is not come from a bakery. This looks handcrafted. Macaroni pie, very Scottish. It is a very Scottish invention. I couldn't tell you its heritage. But, macaroni does not originate from Glasgow. People outside Scotland don't know what this is, do they? So it's a Scotch pie, but inside is macaroni cheese, really. Look at that. I can't remember what this tastes like. Quite dry. Not a lot of moisture in there. You've got to applaud the ingenuity of putting macaroni cheese into a Scotch pie, haven't you?
Loading carb with carb is
Yeah,
really impressive.
it's a carb on carb, lovely lunch. I'd forgotten they existed.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Old hag.
Oh, okay. Now this. What's this? Is that a chicken and pasta?
That's a chicken and mushroom Ginster's pie.
Oh, it's. That's a floppy creature, isn't it? That is the colour of something that died a long time ago. That's not me. Is that
I
me?
would come to you, Karen, but I'd like to get the Artemis God.
Maybe it is me. I couldn't tell you what that is.
I think you're telling me you're not enjoying it.
I mean, the truth is I don't hate it. But I think for ingenuity, I've got to go for it. Handcrafted, hand-loved, and still a real that in itself deserves a point, don't you think?
Point to Scotland?
Point to Scotland!
Cold in blood.
What we do in Scotland, you see, is we take other people's ideas, macaroni, the Mars bar, and we make it as unhealthy as we possibly can, and we feed it to our children. And we're very proud. Okay. Well, this is the Scottish beer, Tennant's Lager. Not quite the right spelling. Not my family brand. This is going to go everywhere, isn't it? Yeah, this is very reminiscent of the homeland. Don't mind me saying that. It's an everyday lager. And what have we got? London Pride. See, they make that close to where I live now, and they make that close to where I used to live.
This is good. That is good. Pressure point.
In two mid-price lagers. I worry this is. Well, let's see. But don't prejudge it. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I'm going to clear the palate. I'm going to do this properly. I'm going to get for this, but I'm going to give this one to anyone.
Even on your near namesake beer.
I know, but if they got the spelling right, I'd have given them the point. But
in that game of Snack Wars, Scotland won.
Scotland wins it! It was always going to be that way.
Not for me, that. I'd rather stick pins in my eyes.
That's giving me flashbacks to the toilets at Glastonbury. Yeah. Where you literally go, oh.
That's me in Mexico.
What is a secret area? In most RPGs, it's usually a far off the beaten path location that generally requires some level of advanced adventuring or effort to reach. In Pokemon, these areas usually aren't labeled, but there's definitely some that are more well hidden than others. So good morning everybody, good morning, it's JPR, and today let's go over the best secret areas that every region has to offer. So admittedly, Kanto is probably the toughest region in this whole video to choose a good secret area for. Almost every area in Kanto is required for the main story, so
Holy
even
cow,
the cool
bro.
ones like Pokemon Mansion aren't really secrets. I could be lame and choose one of the legendary locations because they technically are all optional, but Cerulean Cave or the Seafoam Islands also don't feel especially secretive. I think everyone's been there at some point. So I'm gonna have to cheat for this region and defer to the Sevi Islands, even though they technically aren't a part of Kanto. But even then, a ton of the areas in the Sevi Islands feel like massive teases that don't really amount to anything. Like, oh, the Tanabe Ruins, this seems neat. Oh, it's just another pointless unknown collection point. Lost Cave, oh, this seems secretive. Oh, it's just to make a random NPC return to her house. Outcast Island, what could possibly be way down here? Oh, it's Altering Cave, an area that was never finished. I'm tempted to pick Naval Rock or Birth Island, the event-exclusive locations that contain Ho-Oh, Lugia, and Deoxys, but literally everyone gets access to these places after entering the Hall of Fame in the Switch version. So truthfully, I don't know if Kanto really has a good super secret area that's also significant in any way. So I guess I have to go with the Dotted Hole, the penultimate plot relevant area in Fire Red and Leaf Green's postgame. This is another one of those locations that forces you to learn Braille, which Gen 3 loves so much. It also means this area is why 7-year-old me never learned how to trade between Kanto and Hoenn, because how was I supposed to know that you have to use cut at the door entrance? But also, because of that, I doubt a lot of people ever actually got inside of this place without help from the internet. Which does make it feel secretive in a way, even if it is stupid. Moving on to Johto, I think the picks here are definitely a lot better. The first that comes to mind are the portions of the Ruins Valley that you have to reach the Winged Cave. This, of course, gives you 2 extra tile puzzles to solve for extra unknown and valuable items, and unlocks the patches of grass that are the exclusive home of Smeargle and Natu in Gen 2, which is kind of neat. And on the note of Union Cave, I think the basement area where Lapras spawns on Fridays is also pretty overlooked by a lot of players. It's not exactly a place where I think a lot of people would go backtracking, and the reward being Lapras is pretty awesome. Some of you may have expected me to say the Sinjo Ruins, and I think that place is really cool from a lore perspective, but it's not exactly a well-kept secret. This is literally a place they had to advertise because it's a special event. It's not a place you're just going to overlook on an average playthrough, so I wouldn't count this personally. But I actually think the 2 coolest secret areas in Johto are both waterfall-related locations. The first would be the center part of Mount Mortar, which is this massive labyrinth that leads you to the missing Karate Cave from Kanto and gives you Tyra, the only one in the game actually, so that's pretty neat. And the other is just a cool Easter egg in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and actually I think this one is technically in Kanto. So there, if you were unsatisfied with my answer for Kanto, here's a new one, I suppose. This one is Giovanni's room in Tojo Falls. It's a cleverly obscured room behind one of the waterfalls. There's not really anything to do in it, it just has the radio that Giovanni was listening to during the Goldenrod crisis. But it notably is the same place where you fight Giovanni during the Celebi event, and you can actually discover this place without Celebi just by exploring, which I think is such a cool tease. Especially since Giovanni was completely absent from the original Gen 2 games. And it takes Tojo Falls, which is like this weird liminal space that seemingly has no purpose other than to gain the endgame with an HM, and turns into something actually cool and built. Now going to Hoenn, this one's really tough, and not like Kanto because it has no secret areas. I mean, Hoenn might have too many, which is a good thing. I love Hoenn's explorability. So I have quite a few honorable mentions to give out here. Scorched Slab is a cool, out-of-the-way location that really only exists as a niche reference to Japanese mythology, and the remakes actually do expand it into a proper dungeon where Heatran is found. Abandoned Ship is also neat and likewise gets a hefty expansion in the remakes when it becomes Sea Mauville, but I think most people don't overlook this location. It's pretty big and hard to miss, even if it is optional. I just made a whole video glazing the sealed chamber and how well hidden and mysterious it is, but if you're actually making an effort to find the Reggies, you don't miss this place. And of course, I have to mention Mirage Island. It's literally the rarest location in all of Pokemon. But the problem with it is that it's so absurdly rare that I would venture to say that 99.9% of people watching this video, including myself, have never been here and probably never will. It's not really a place that you just overlook during a playthrough. It's just simply not there for most of us. I also have to mention the Secret Shore, Secret Meadow, and Secret Islet. They literally all have secret in the name, so they're kind of built for this video. These are Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire exclusive locations that basically just exist for making really big, off-the-grid secret bases. I really like this because they do make your secret base more secret, but also don't kind of want your friends to find your secret base? I don't know, I guess some people are introverts. Anyway, these are cool locations. I just wish they offered more than secret base dens. And maybe some rare items or Pokemon would have made them more memorable or worth going to. Because, truthfully, now that nobody plays Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire anymore, you kind of have no reason to go here. I think the original version of these areas would be the secret northern area of Route 115 outside of Meteor Falls. This is the portion of the map that you have to surf to, and it's full of good secret base locations, rare berries, high-level trainers, and it's the only place in Hoenn where Jigglypuff appears. I loved this place as a kid because it felt like I had genuinely found my own little hideout spot, but I still think I have to give it to the deep interior area of Meteor Falls. It doesn't matter which Hoenn game you're playing, it's always a worthwhile area to come back to that I think a lot of people don't know about.
This.
Of course, the deepest part is the infamous Bagon room, the only area where Bagon actually has a decent encounter rate. There's a few more Megastones hidden here in the remakes, and in Emerald, of course, it's home to the game's secret super boss battle against Steven Stone.
Interesting.
That was a lot of S's in one sentence.
I mean, the thing about getting glitched ones is I should be confident about getting
The first time the
them.
story makes you come here, it doesn't seem special at all. It's just the place where you find Solrock or Lunatone, but everything behind the waterfall is just an absolute treasure trove of discoveries. In the Sinnoh region, the first one that jumps off the page at me is Fuego Ironworks. It's just a neat location nestled up behind Floroma Meadow that I think most of us didn't find on our first playthrough. Unfortunately, it's also kind of meaningless. It's a little better in Platinum because you find Magnemite and Magmar there, but in Diamond and Pearl and their faithfully bad remakes, it's literally just another place to find the Firestone and the TM for Flamethrower. Yippee. So I think I'm gonna have to take the low-hanging fruit, which is literally the secret entrance to Wayward Cave beneath the cycling road. Most of us know about it now, but as kids, this was mind-blowing. What do you mean there's a cave entrance that you can't even see? It's little camera tricks like this that I high-key miss with top-down style games. Like, you actually just couldn't do this in a modern-day game. The cost of innovation, I guess. Similar to the Bagon room in Meteor Falls, this is the only place in the game that gives you a shot at capturing a Gible, which I kinda love. I miss when Sinnoh Legendaries was treated like this. Like, you should be forced to access a secret area to find the strongest Pokemon in the game. That seems fair. I'm cutting Sinnoh a little bit short because I also want to discuss Hisui. One of my favorite areas here is one that's not even marked on the map. It's this random little pond area at the very edge of the Crimson Firelands. And past the Droning Meadows, and you have to go all the way around Lake Valor to get there, at least if you don't have Basculin. And this is notably the only area in the game where you can catch Turtwig, which I think is awesome. Chimchar, of course, is side quest related. Piplup is found on a beach outside of Turnback Cave, which I don't think most people are going to miss. But Turtwig feels like a proper reward for your exploration. Like, if I'm gonna go all the way to this random pond at the edge of the map, it better be worth my time and curiosity. And in this case, it was. Hey, if you're enjoying the video so far, a like and a sub would help me out a ton. Appreciate it. So, Unova, I also believe, is pretty competitive for the title of Best Secret Area, especially in Black 2 and White 2, which added tons of hard-to-find areas.
Yes.
And a lot of what makes these areas hard to find is the Seasons feature, as certain areas, much like the McRib, are only available for 1 or 2 seasons out of the year. The Castelia Sewers is especially notorious for this, with water levels rising and lowering every season. One area you can find in the sewers that I'm sure most people know about, but is still kinda missable, is Castelia Park, the only location in Unova where Eevee can be caught. While it's not as unknown, I think that it's very comparable to the Turtwig Pond in Legends Arceus. It's out of the way, but also provides a pretty awesome reward. But going back to the seasonal gimmick of the sewers, one particular area that can only be found during spring and summer is even more obscure. This random back alley with a crocodile mural occupied by gangsters. If you've never seen this area before, don't worry, neither have I. And I've played these games probably a dozen times before. It may genuinely be the only area in the Pokemon world other than Mirage Island that I haven't been to. I didn't even think that was possible. I literally had to ask the editor to record footage of it because I could not find footage of it on YouTube.
Thank you.
This place exists. You also get a medal for beating the 3 gangsters here, which is a pretty neat reward if you're a completionist. In terms of pure obscurity, this might be the most secret area in this video. I also have to shout out the Nature Preserve, which is literally only accessible to people who completed the Pokedex and Election of Light 2. And your reward for coming here is a shiny Haxorus, which is definitely worth the trip. I don't know if this one really falls in line with some of the other secret areas, though, that you can just miss. I think this one is more just one that people don't want to grind for. But yeah, there's definitely tons of other examples, like
Yeah, I'm just gonna take these, because there's no point in taking
the
this.
basement of Wellspring Cave, which oddly has another super boss battle in Black 2 and White 2. Unova, like Hoenn, I think does a really good job at hiding cool locations. And Kalos, unfortunately, doesn't really do that. The only one I can think of is the Chamber of Emptiness, which the name is pretty spot on. It's just an empty cave at the bottom of a waterfall of a completely optional route. But you can find the Benedite here during sunset, so it at least has that going for it. And since I talked about Legends Arceus,
Man, this
I
is
want
so
to talk
fun.
about Legends ZA, but does Legends ZA have secret areas? I'm genuinely not hating. I love Legends ZA, but like, come on. It is a city. I mean, I guess some rooftops are kind of hard to get to, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I couldn't really find anything for this. Okay, thankfully we rebound a little bit in Alola. The first notable location is the secret den within 10 Carat Hill. 10 Carat Hill
That's
itself
perfect.
isn't very obscure despite being an optional location,
I was
but you
almost
can travel
taken.
much deeper inside of it once you have the ride Machamp and find the Hyalian Z. And in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, this also unlocks a neat little cutscene with Kahili from the Elite Four. Also on Melee Island, there's a very missable house that seems pretty unimportant, but it's actually Guzma's childhood home, which is a cool Easter egg. The rest of Alola's secret areas, I would say, are all Ultra Wormhole related in the post-game. In Sun and Moon, you can actually jump to the other version's universe through an Ultra Wormhole, but it's not nearly as cool as it sounds. Literally the only thing that changes is the time of day. And I guess you can go to Lake of the Sun / Moon to get a Cosmog, but I don't know, this feels like a performative secret area. Like it's saying, look at me, I'm so secret, but also like, dude, you're not that hard to find, get over yourself. So I'll defer to Ultra Ruin for this, Guzzlord's post-apocalyptic universe from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. This one is by far the most interesting of all the Ultra Beast dimensions. It feels like a warning from the future rather than a completely alien world. It's really spooky and I love it. Okay, maybe somewhat tougher than Kanto is Galar. I have gone on the record numerous times talking about how much I hate Galar's map design. I think it's probably the least explorable region overall. I guess the obvious answer is the Lake Valrage in the wild area, but this also feels performative. Like, you can see it on the map from the beginning of the game. Everyone is naturally going to go there at some point. Did anybody watching this video genuinely miss the Lake of Outrage? I think Galar Route 2 might actually be the only area where I felt like I was discovering something that the average Joe wasn't. Where you can bike across the lake and find the random Obstagoon guarding the TM for Psycho Nuts. Sure, alright, that's cool, I think. Counting the DLC, maybe I'd say Pot Bottom Deserts and the Isle of Armor. I mean, you have to go through a tunnel to get there. That's something. I think the area I like the most, though, is the little island in Balamir Lake in the Crown Tundra. It doesn't draw a lot of attention to itself. It has a random little pot where you can go curry and make Keldeo appear, which is pretty cool. That's about all I got for Galar. Paldea is also tough as the first truly open world area. I do like this little random island off the coast of Levincia where you can find the TMs for the Bludge moves. And this crazy office worker who has a super overlevel Veluza, and he could end your Nuzlocke. I don't even think this island has a name, it's just a part of the East Paldean Sea. Other than that, I'd say the other notable areas of Paldea are within Area 0. The first one is the massive cave where Roaring Moon and Iron Valiant can be found, with the big weird symbol on the ground that never really gets explained. That one's kind of neat, I guess. And the other is a part of the Area 0 Underdepths in the DLC. It's a secret room that can only be unlocked by defeating the Terra Garchomp, and it is packed with Terra Shards, as well as the TMs for Terra Blast and Meteor Beam. For a game that's all about the treasure hunt, this kind of feels like the treasure area. Admittedly, I had to use a guide to get here because it is really hard to see where you're going down here. Crystal effects are really tricky. Some would even say bad. It's me. I'm Sub. Blueberry Academy also has a similar spot on top of the massive Terror Orb on the top of the terrarium, where you can find a gold bottle cap, ability patch, and 50 stellar Terra shards. Pretty good rewards for your curiosity.
No, I just realized.
Unova. Whatever, I'll allow it. So those are my thoughts on every region's best secret area. Are there any that I missed? Let me know in the comment section down below. But don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoy, subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I'll see you guys next time.
Yes, just kill me, why don't you? God. What did he say? Also, I didn't hear.
Thank you for your support, my shade.
Oh, now they have the Zagreus. No.
Be seeing all of you next time, all right?
Huh.
Wow!
Oh my god.
Please pixelate this entire thing. Tom! Stop!
Hello, I'm Simon Pegg.
And I'm Punk Lenantiev.
And this is Snack Wars for Lad Bible.
Oh.
For
Oops. For Lad Bible.
Whoa! Oh my god. Rainmaker. And
Tête brûlée.
tête brûlée. Are these like both sour sweets? Or some are gum? You know this?
Oui, je
Oui.
connais ça.
Oh, what is it? Deodorant?
Yes! Let's make it weird. What is this relationship? Pom, it's like my name, Pom.
And I've got strawberry. Fred.
Oh, this for once I actually have something very dedicated.
No, t'éclates, it's like
The cannon
exploding.
chew up.
Éclate, it's like exploser. Et grave, it's like a lot.
Wow.
Oi!
Why did that give me that many?
Mm.
Hey.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. This is really... I'm going for another bite though. I mean, what is that made of?
Wait, you want to try this flavor?
There seems to be this trend these days about food which just is uncomfortable to eat.
Yeah, you have to be a little bit like a
My
masochist, I guess.
my kids was getting these sour candies and they're just disgusting. So I presume you lick this.
Brain liquor? Oh, you don't know that?
Yeah, you do it in a little bowl.
You open it. Oh.
Get the juice flowing. And then
Oh, yes.
we do go into this mission, wouldn't we? Including licked brain.
Kind of weird.
I was expecting it to be more sour, actually. It's not quite as sour as
It's
the
kind of
French
like the
one.
same family, right?
Uh-huh. The sours.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not getting a huge amount of sort of nutritional. I mean, at least
Maybe
you
you
can...
have to do it like
Yeah.
oh, it's very healthy. Look at all these like E.
40,
oh my
yeah.
God. 133.
Oh, I love
E163
is one of my
Usually it's
favorites.
like very good for you, right?
So good. E202, E211,
Beautiful.
E133, E163.
Yeah.
Oh
No.
my gosh. This is like, there's something there that I can't even pronounce.
Useless. All of you useless.
I'm dead. Just died. Too much.
I think
like,
for the
fake
sheer
stuff in it.
toxicity of, I'm going to go with the French again. I know I'm a bit. What about you, P?
Me too.
All right. Whoa.
I'll clear these away.
I've seen these before, and you had nice things on there, you know?
Yeah, no, we just don't like you two, sorry.
You hate us.
Just giving us all the. Ta-da! Oh, let's go! Jellied eels. This is a.
Is it fish?
This is a Cockney classic.
Oh my God.
Say it like this, jellied eels. Say it.
There's jelly in it?
Jellied eels.
Jelly deal. Gross. You guys love jelly and the stuff that moves like that.
Yeah, look, it's like, it's in a sort of, I don't know what that would be like, aspic or
Oh
something.
my God.
Frippin' Jesus. You've really given us a great choice here.
We might puke. It's Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
To get that
Play
out.
the music.
Dun, 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 dun. No, but seriously, we need You open it like that?
No, I usually pick it out. It's in got some.
Should I?
Oh,
Don't
nice.
do that, you'll break your teeth. Okay, there we go. There is a snail. Do you want to have half and I'll have
Yeah, okay.
any chocolate soon?
That's what have you said?
To withstand
Sharing
that.
a snail.
That was on before, I didn't touch that bit.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, boss.
Always nicer than you expect.
Yeah.
Escargot.
No, but it's just with this sauce, with like butter, garlic. You can cook
When it's
anything
hot.
with it. I would eat like human flesh with. I mean, maybe not, but you know, anything is good with butter and garlic. So.
Even jellied eels. Let's go. Oh, Jesus
That's
Christ.
disgusting.
Oh,
Okay, so no other than those two are 100% bosses.
Oh my God, I'm gonna puke,
I'm gonna
guys.
take a bite. Look, you
Okay.
can see it's like it's a cross section of its body.
Wait, so it's fish?
It's like an eel, you know, like you get in sushi.
Oh, anguille. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a tiny.
Definitely.
Oh, that's not bad actually.
Which just means I have to go for
I
more.
don't mind that.
Yeah.
Can we take one for the UK, seeing as the snails were cold?
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Thank you. We're gonna say.
Could I have a bucket, please?
This is like I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. I'm really looking forward to this. Pom, would you do the honours? Ping. Rolos. Whoa. What's this?
Carambar!
Carambar. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a joke inside.
Is there?
Yeah.
It's like an extra thing. I'm gonna give you my first Rolo. which is even better than giving you my last roll. Yeah, there's a campaign, advertising campaign in the UK where if you give somebody your last Rolo, it means you really love them.
Oh, that's nice.
Clever, isn't it? I don't love you at all. All right, here we go. Well, I'm going to deduct points for fucking, excuse me, for accessibility. Oh, a bit off the top,
Yeah, be careful with your teeth. It's very hard.
I'm old. Wait, sure.
Oh my god, it's such a long time. Okay, jump.
Go.
That's why I have to be careful. Okay, qu'est-ce qu'un chat à roulette? Qu'est-ce qu'un chat à roulette? Okay, so basically it means like what is a cat on wheels?
I don't know what is a cat wheel.
Réponse, answer. Un chariot. What is un chariot? It's like
My God, so much.
Chariot. Oh yeah,
because
chariot. It only works in French. Chariot. Doesn't work in English. I mean, the French have always been known for their comedy, and this.
Yay! This is so fun.
I have to try this now?
Jacques Tati alone. The Rolo. You ready? Bite it.
I just lost half my health with this shit, bro.
I have both in my mouth. Sounds great, right?
We're mixing flavors.
It's kind of like the same vibe, right? Same flavor.
I'm gonna say, which was your favorite? I mean, I suppose that you're emotionally tied to that, right?
Yeah, I think so because
I like the way you put the Rolo on the end of it.
Yeah, because it's very nostalgic. You know, we used to have that as kids and we'd like eat it on the playground and you know.
Same. I'm gonna go for Rolo just because.
Because you're English.
Because I'm English, and I grew up with Rolos in my school lunch. Rolo. This, my only deduction from Carambar is the fact you can't get into the bloody thing. Wow!
Oh my god.
God, that reminds me, I need to buy new underwear. What's in here? Oh, this one's hiding in a bag because he can't compete.
Just how I like it.
Just how I like it.
I'm gonna bring it home for personal purposes.
How are we gonna eat this?
We have to. Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, you do it. Oh God, Freudian nightmare going on here.
Oh putain.
Oh.
Oh putain. I was so putain. That's mean because this actually smells like.
Is it?
It's true.
What is it? Is it a sausage?
It's
It's rolled.
Andouille. Andouille. It
Andouille.
actually smells like, but it's really good. But it's just smells like.
Again, this is a.
Wait, I'm gonna open it. It's gonna be like.
Oh God.
Like, ah.
Just blur this. Blur it. Please pixelate this entire thing. Tom! Stop! Oh, it's so hot in here all of a sudden.
Hello. Sorry, R-rated now.
Hello.
Can you help me? I couldn't go
Oh Christ, I feel so inadequate at this moment.
Okay.
This is
Oh wow. Heartbreaking.
There's so many thoughts. So many thoughts. Oh no. Wow.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a rolled ham kind of thing. What?
Yeah.
It's some sort of meat.
But did you smell it? Smells like it.
Yeah. That smells like what it looks like. Oh, it's quite nice.
Yeah, it's actually good, right?
It's the nicest one I've ever tasted.
It's intense.
Very intense. This is a Greg's sausage roll. You know Greg's
Who the
the.
f is Greg?
Greg is like a famous British bakery. There's one on every street corner. Prost. Oh, I mean, it's a Greg sausage roll. lovely pastry.
No, actually it's good.
I mean, you can't beat Greg's. It's just like a steak bake. This tastes Greg's as well, but it belongs to Greg. May he rest in peace.
I miss him. But he treated me very poorly, so that's what happens to Greg.
I don't know what to say. Well, and now the end is near. What a gross piece of food that is. For sheer aesthetic repulsion, I have to stand on the side of Greg's on this one. How do you feel? And no emotional attachment. You've got to be a completely, objective. Poor Greg. He was only 4'2".
You never know. Yeah.
What do you think? You can go with the big one?
Yeah. Greg is my buddy, you know?
I got to call it a draw because I can't go against Greg's. Greg's the baker, not Greg's penis.
I'll do Trying to swallow Greg, sorry.
This is going to be on YouTube after dark.
And that means it was a draw.
Yay!
Be careful with Greg.
We're all covered in Greg.
And that means you...
You can sort of like gel, you know?
Yeah,
like
you could just slick
There's
your hair.
something about Mary.
Yeah, a little bit of Greg in the hair. Thank you so much, Lad Bible.
No, thank
that
you.
Was a delight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No.
Nächste should go sky high.
Oh, God. Okay.
Wow. That stuff's heaven.
Okay. It's heaven. It's heaven. Okay. It's okay.
We don't care.
Time has come.
I'm sorry.
My time has come.
I'm sorry.
I'm so pissed. My time has come.
I'm sorry, old friend.
I'm so pissed.
Aren't you the lucky one?
And you're at the Cannes Film Festival, cutting a very dashing figure, if I may say so, on the red carpet. You look like a young Cary Grant.
Curry?
Festival, cutting a very dashing figure, if I may say so, on the red carpet. Cutting a very dashing figure, if I may say so, on the red carpet. You look like a young Cary Grant.
Curry? Who's Curry?
He's an old-time classic, good-looking film star.
Really?
Yeah, you look like a
then
young.
I take it as a compliment.
You looked fantastic. You looked phenomenal.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you.
And you're at the Cannes.
Baby dropped, even sleeping, challenge.
Press conference here in Montreal ahead of the FIA Formula One Canadian Grand Prix. Left to right, we have Alain Permet, Andrea Stella and Laurent Mekies. A very warm welcome to you all. Andrea, why don't we start with you? It's been a busy couple of races for McLaren in terms of upgrades. What feedback did you get from the drivers after FP1?
Yeah, it's good to be busy because you have new parts that you are bringing trackside to try and make the car faster. The first big round of upgrades, it was already planned to be brought to Miami and here in Canada. Here we have a few more things like a front wing, a bodywork. and this completes this first round. We are happy with what we saw in Miami in terms of the data that we measured and also the impact that it had on our competitiveness. We are actually completing our review of what we tested here, and especially the front wing. It was a significant upgrade, so there's some more work to do in terms of review. But so far we are happy. I have to say that when I looked at the submission document this morning, you can see how much every team is pushing. You know, long list once again after a large number of upgrades. Pretty much
I'm the one that
here
is
in Canada, and I think it will take a few races to understand how much this is affecting the pecking order. Like if I take McLaren, Canada has been a tricky track in the past. So we will see how we do here, but in terms of understanding our competitiveness, I think we will have to look at a few races, not only Canada.
Okay, but you're 86 points behind Mercedes now. How do you view the rest of the season and the World Championship?
First of all, I see the season being very long. We have done just 4 events. There's at least 18 to go. It will always be a battle of development. That's what everyone said heading into this 2026 season. I think so far, and this was also the case in Miami, Mercedes are in a solid leadership. Here they do some more upgrades, so we will see how it looks based on P1 that seems to be working well. I think in
actually a pretty good build. I think they could have won.
Leading like in the sprint quali or in the sprint, this was more to do with their under optimization rather than the potential not being there. Or if we look at the sprint or the race, we see the impact of the starts, for instance. But I think there's no doubt that there's a faster car than all the others. And behind Mercedes, I think it's quite interesting to see how competitive the field is. I think it's good for Formula One to see McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull, everyone close to each other.
Nice.
Obviously, we would like to try and
still one
find
more.
some performance and see if we can set the challenge to Mercedes.
Now, off track, the silly season has started early this year, and McLaren appears to be front and centre of that. Since you were last in this press conference, you've announced GP Lambiase, but there have also been rumours about you going to Ferrari, Oscar Piastri going to Red Bull. What is your reaction to all of these stories?
Well, I think the reaction is in your question. You mentioned the silly season, and I think we are already fully in this silly season. When we think about Oscar, we couldn't be happier. I think we are seeing the best Oscar in the cockpit and also a happy Oscar and the best version of himself outside the cockpit. Great dynamics and relationship with Lando, and I think the team is in its strongest shape since I've been team principal. So definitely it's very clear the direction for maximum stability at McLaren. When it comes to myself, I'm definitely fully committed to McLaren. You know, one of the things that make me more proud of my experience as a team principal is that we managed to fill the cabinet at MTC with trophies. And this meant that we needed to create another area of the cabinet, a new one. And for me, the mission is very clear. We need to fill that new area of the cabinet for the years to come at McLaren. And GP is very simple. At McLaren, we want to employ the best people in Formula One, the best expertise, the best leaders. And the fact that GP decided to join McLaren, for me, just speaks to the credibility of our team. So, silly season. What's important for us is stability and that the best talents in Formula One want to join McLaren.
Okay, Andrea, thank you for that. Laurent, can I bring you in on the silly season? I mean, Piastri to Red Bull. Should we start with that?
Yeah, we can start with that. Honestly, it's not so dissimilar to Andrea's comments in the way that we have a very, very strong driver lineup and the driver choice is not a question that we are asking ourselves right now. You know, we have Max. Nobody needs to present Max. He's putting us up through a fairly complicated start of the seasons, and Isaac is doing a very, very good job. He has been dealing extremely well with a complicated car in the first 3 races, being very close to Max. He had a bit of a more difficult weekend in Miami, but we can see here straight away he's been in the good rhythm this morning, and as far as we are concerned, we are super happy with the 2 guys behind the wheels.
Are you concerned that Max might follow GP Lambiase to McLaren?
Look, no, I'm not concerned with Max following GP there. We always have this joke, you know. We are not going to ask Max every week if he's going to stay. So Max is telling us he's happy at Red Bull. He's involved into every strategic decisions we are making. He's at the heart of the project. He's pushing with us, and we both want the same thing: getting back to a more competitive package, and he's central to that.
On the topic of Max, how much of his 24-hour race at the Nürburgring last weekend did you watch?
We had a deal whereby when he was taking a bit too much risk, he would hide the onboard just for all of us to be a bit more relaxed. But no, look, it's been spectacular. He has missed the win for not much there, but certainly his speed was incredible, and he came back with a big smile, full of motivations for this Grand Prix, and that's what matters.
How nervous do you get watching your prized asset doing an event on the Nordschleife?
You know, we genuinely support Max in what he is trying to do there, and when I say he's coming back with a big smile, he's coming back with a big smile. He's also having the big smile the week before because he knows he's going to do this different kind of racing. So you know, it's great that he's so in love with the sport, 360 degrees, every aspect of the sport. And of course, we are a little bit relieved when the race is over, and we know he's going to jump on the plane and join us back. But overall, it's very positive for the sport, for motorsport as a whole, for Max and for the team.
Okay, final one from me.
Okay, I mean, if you want to.
Upgrades and the performance of the car, you made a big step in Miami.
Oh my god.
How confident are you of maintaining that run?
That is insane.
You know, we don't think it's going to be a nice road of recovery with closing the gap every race. You know, there is going to be some bumps. People, as Andrea explained, people are going to bring updates, one race yes, one race no, and we are going to see variations. But certainly, Miami put us back into the fight. We know we need a lot more.
Round 1 chaos makes me.
Most of the difficulties we have faced at the beginning of the seasons, we have managed to cure.
Yes,
we have a bit more to do and to get on with the development phase at full speed now.
Okay, Laurent, thank you for that. Alan, if we come to you now, can we start just with a frustrating FP1 for Liam Lawson? What were his issues?
Yeah, very frustrating, and especially in a sprint weekend, it's tough to lose the car so early on. Hydraulic leak. We, as I came up here, we didn't have the car back yet, so how serious it is. It could be something very simple, and we're out comfortably for the next session, or it could be something a bit more terminal. So yeah, watch this space.
And with it being a sprint weekend, just how much more complicated is Liam's weekend looking now?
Yeah, very, very complicated. If we can get him out for sprint quali, I think we would then, as we have done a little bit with both guys, it's very difficult for us to score points in a sprint. We managed it in Shanghai with a nice strategy for the sprint, with a nice tyre strategy. But I think with the way the 4 cars are, and that's locked out all the points. So what we had said, and I had said it especially to Arvid, we should treat P1 sprint qualifying and the sprint a little bit like P1, P2, P3, and make sure we're absolutely nailed on ready for qualifying on Saturday evening. Now Liam's going to face a little bit of that. I obviously ignored that advice and was 8th this morning, and has got a smile on his face and looks reasonably happy. Although some people haven't set a lap time on the soft, so it's a little bit difficult. But he's reasonably.
Well over 60 on there. And it didn't work out. Obviously, my first instinct was upward and find out. I have had to look at the upward for various issues. Not clear. Upward is a platform where you can credit all over the world for a range of different things, from marketing to operations to creative work, all without committing to the full time. Over 100 trained categories, 10,000 in advanced skill sets. So you're not just hiring a marketer, you're hiring someone who does exactly what. And then what I really like to be able to see their work history, use and have the goal more than your buyer. They literally just ask the buyer on responsibilities working with us, and it has been seamless for me. It's a reminder, even 6 years into our business. It's not always about spending more money or doing those flashy things.
Is good as well. He makes everything immediately, and if anything, we have to sort of calm him down and keep him there. You can see he's aiming for the top. He's self-critical, which is again I find a good and refreshing thing in drivers. The first place he looks is himself to find performance. So no issues with Arvid. He's doing a very good job.
Look, Alan, final one from me. It's the first race for Dan Fallows with the team. Just can you clarify how he fits in to the structure that you've got at the team now?
Reasonably simply, Tim Goss is Chief Technical Officer, and Dan sits under him as Technical Director. Dan looks after all the design, aero. Those technical departments report to him, and he reports to Tim.
Thank you for that. Let's open this to the floor. We will start with the broadcasters. Please. There you go. Have we got a microphone's great? Yeah.
Great Slater, Sky Sports F1. Just wondering whether Andrea and Lauren can clear up a little bit more the issue with GP. Lauren went to Miami. You said he was going to McLaren as team principal.
I don't need to clear the
successor to you down the line. Could you move to a different executive role within the team? GP step up and Lauren, can you stand by the remarks you made in Miami?
It's my understanding that GP is going to McLaren to become a team principal. That's what I told at the time. Obviously, we had a number of conversations before he was going to make that decision. Now, don't ask me if it's going to happen. The timing of it is none of my business. I can just tell you the content of our conversation.
What I said before is that McLaren for us is important to employ the best talents in Formula 1 because Zach and I want to build the strongest team, not only in the present, but I think we have some good references as to strong team in the past. I've been part of the Ferrari team in the early 2000s. And I know what level of seniority, expertise, leadership you need to be successful.
That's what I told you at the time. Obviously, we had a number of conversations before he was going to make the decisions. Now, don't ask me if it's going to happen. The timing of it is none of my business. I can just tell you,
there's so much in this single room. Okay, let's get a shop and a treasure trove.
At McLaren, for us, is important to employ the best talents in Formula 1 because Zach and I want to be the strongest team,
and
not only in the present, but I think we have some good strong team in the past. I've been part of the Ferrari
I'm sorry, that's just way too good.
team in the early 2000s, and I know what level of seniority, expertise, leadership you need to be successful in the present and in the future. And employing GP is part of this vision, which is a vision of creating attitude leadership that can integrate with the present leadership and create a stronger and stronger team at McLaren. So I very strongly wanted GP to join McLaren. I am personally very stretched in my role as team principal, and I need a strong group of leaders working with me. So I think the plan is very clear. Any other speculation leads us back to the silly season.
Okay, thank you both. Next, please.
Mara San Giorgio, Sky Sport Italy. A question to Laurent. Laurent, I think the time is running out. Is there unanimity regarding the 2027 engine and different balance between thermal and electric engine? Is Red Bull Powertrain in favor of change?
Look, we support any step that the sport wants to make to get closer to flat-out qualifying and to flat-out racing. So as Red Bull Ford Powertrain, for sure, we support this change. You will find nobody comfortable with changing so late for next year. That's why we have so many discussions. But certainly, we are happy to step out of that zone for the benefit of the sport and to get something in place for 27. Is there a sense of unanimity? Of course, because it's a conversation that puts us all out of our comfort zone. It needs quite a few discussions. It's a work in progress, and I have confidence we'll land in the right place.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Next.
I can see that actually being useful.
Martinek 11 Sports. To all three of you, if I may, in light of Mercedes' potential interest in Alpine, first of all, Andrea, we know Zach's opinion, especially after his letter to FIA, but from your perspective, maybe on the technical side, what's the benefit of owning two teams? And to Laurent and Alan, do you feel that there is an actual benefit of being two teams, Red Bull family in the back, or is it a bit unfair to claim that this is a major advantage?
What Zach has expressed, representing the opinion and the position of McLaren, is part of a process that we want it to be constructive and healthy, but also very clear on the principle that I would really be curious to see if any of the stakeholders in Formula One disagrees with. And the fact that Zach has expressed...
Adama Martinek 11 Sports. To all three of you, if I may, in light of Mercedes' potential interest in Alpine, first of all, Andrea, we know Zach's opinion, especially after his letter to FIA, but from your perspective, maybe on more technical side, what's the benefit of owning two teams? And to Laurent and Alan, do you feel that there is an actual benefit of being two teams, Red Bull family in the paddock, or is it a bit unfair to claim that this is a major event?
I don't need this right now. 36 points. No.
Representing the opinion and the position of McLaren is part of a process that we want it to be constructive and healthy, but also very clear on a principle that I would really be curious to see if any of the stakeholders in Formula One disagrees with. And the fact that this is a championship between independent constructors. We believe very strongly that this principle should be enforced totally. And the reason why we want this principle and this point to be discussed is because we think from a practical point of view there's more that we should do. We are happy with how this is being received. I think, like I said before, there's some philosophical agreement by basically all the stakeholders. It's now the time for the F1 community to think about how do we implement it fully such that the fairness in the game and in the competition is fully achieved, and also the true extent of the technical, sporting and financial regulation is also brought to life.
Yeah, I would say, do we feel the benefit? I certainly feel the benefit of being part of the Red Bull family and coming under Austria, the Red Bull projects group. our relationship with Red Bull Racing is very much a customer-supplier relationship. We take some suspension from them, we take a gearbox from them, and various other components of the technical regulations which we follow very rigorously. And actually, I have to say, having worked in a team where we don't have that relationship at all, and in a team we do have it, a lot of work goes into ensuring that we are respecting the rules. So a lot of effort that could be put into the other areas, a lot of effort is put into ensuring that we respect those regulations. So I don't see any issue with the way we operate currently.
Look, we all want 11 teams racing independently. And we have made many steps as a sport in recent weeks, in recent months, in recent years, to try to ensure more and more independency from every team racing on track. Any stakeholder, whether it be another team or anyone else,
So OP.
would feel that more steps are needed to ensure 11 teams racing independently, we will support. We don't think it's a matter of co-ownerships or strategic supply. We think there is very many different ways in which teams are collaborating in the pit lane. As I said, co-owning supply, gearbox supply, suspension supply, partial ownerships, full ownerships. Any further step, regardless of our strategic partnerships, or regardless of our ownership structure, to race independently on track. We feel that is the case today. We will, regardless, completely encourage any further steps that we feel is needed as a sport.
Okay, thank you all. Next one.
Thank you, Ted Kravitz, Sky Sports UK. A question for Laurent. Yesterday, Max Verstappen gave the clearest indication
Sabrina
he's
Gonzalez,
happy with the
in her 9 years at Walmart, she's seen it all. Simple, disgrace, really bad movie. Sabrina's one of over 15,000
His continuation in Formula 1 is conditional on some of the rules being tweaked for 2027 on getting a bit more from the turbocharger and maybe a bit less on the battery. So 60-40.
You have asked him the question directly yesterday, but I think Max cares about the sport. And the reason why he's so vocal is because he's genuinely care about Formula 1 being the pinnacle of the sport, and he wants to see, I'm sure as most of you, flat out qualifying. He wants to see the fastest drivers being able to push as hard as they can in the corners without losing any lap time to do that.
Thank you.
It's been a fantastic openness from the stakeholders, from the FIA, from F1, from all the teams to say, yeah, we need to do something about it. And therefore, I'm sure it's been encouraging for him and for all of us to see that we are all ready to make steps to fix it. And I think it's important for the sport.
Thank you, Laura. Let's bring in the written media now as well.
Adam Cooper, fine question for all on the subject of the 16 as well. Signing
if anyone wanted to carry the chassis over and that wasn't quite big enough to do the 310k race, then we would look at selected races and of course only were absolutely necessary by shortening them by maybe 1 or 2 laps, limiting laps to grid to 1. So of course maximising any potential race length, but that's already in place. Ready to go.
I agree. From a chassis point of view, it's absolutely possible. There are enablers that are part of this proposal that make this proposal achievable. It is a proposal, the 60-40, that is for the good of the sport. I think there's a general interest that prevails over the particular interest, and this is an important opportunity for the F1 community to make sure that the sport is in a strong position. So we do hope that this process will be successful.
No, I should just increase my health positive outlook.
Very similar answer to mine. Yes. I think chassis side, there is not really a stress on it. There is some tension on the PU side from a timing perspective, and that's why we are trying to convert as quickly as we can. Next one.
Ronald for the Sport.com. One for Laurent. Ultimately, probably the FIA wants to take a decision on a duo, but there's already a lot of game shifts going on. Toto saying only one manufacturer needs it, and he means Honda. Charles saying, well, we are even down compared to Red Bull and Ford. Is that flattering for you as a newcomer? And secondly, where do you think you step up?
So you're asking us to enter into the game. No, seriously. So we'll look at it. I can only give you what we think is a picking order, no? And then you do whatever you like with it. We see, the guys, Red Bull Ford, right, they did an extraordinary job in getting us on the grid in positions to fight from a project that was effectively a field at the back of Red Bull Racing a few years ago. So that has been nothing short of phenomenal. Now, the next second you look at the best competition today, the pecking order is Mercedes. The train clearly ahead of the field, and it 8 cars, so it is very significant. We see behind them, there is a group where we see us, Ferrari, Audi. Don't ask me to quote a number, it will be gaming, but we see certainly a consistent gap to the Mercedes cars. And then it's probably fair to say that we read further back. And how is that going to fit any of the grid that the FIA calculations is trying to do? We will soon find out.
Thank you for that. Next.
Stuart Conley from Auto Export. Question for Laurent. Sorry, we're not tag teaming. I was wondering what you made of the pantomime outside the Mercedes motorhome yesterday with Jos Verstappen very ostentatiously having a chinwag with Toto. About 5 minutes before Kimi Antonelli's press conference was due to start. There could have been more obvious than standing up and holding one of those massive golf sale banners. So, do you view this as an attempt to put pressure on you? What the stories out there? How do you react when you see that sort of thing going on?
I tell you what, as much as it sounds exciting to see that from the outside, I really don't think there is an intention particularly behind. If any of these guys wants to have a chat, it's going to be a story anyway. So we speak all the time with Max and with Jos, and it's completely natural that you can have a conversation with Toto. Max was racing in a Mercedes last week in a GT3. So I generally don't think it's part of a game plan to get a message or another through.
Thank you. Thanks.
Adam Cooper from Question for Andrew. Thoughts on Piers Thin? He's been an unsung hero of the team for 18 years. If you can tell us a bit about the contribution he's made and direct replacement is that role not needed? Has he kind of done the job over the past few years?
Well, Piers has been certainly an important contributor to the success that we have achieved at McLaren. He's a long course observer of the McLaren team. He started in 2008, so he's been part of various phases. He's been a close person to me personally, and also he's more or less chief operating officer, quite instrumental for the development of the team. So it's you know, like it's for me the chance to wish Piers all the best in his new experience, in his new adventure at Williams. I'm sure he will be a very important contributor. When it comes to the organization at McLaren, in reality, the organization had already moved forward because Piers was in a different role other than Chief Operating Officer for some months now. So it's not impactful to have evolved as an organization.
Thank you, Andrea. Thanks to all three. And best of luck for the rest of the week. Thank you very much.
What's up, everyone? And back to the channel. The Canadian Grand Prix here, and before that was even turned, bosses started throwing heat in the press conference room. So, before we start, we had the first day of McLaren.
I can't really think about that. I want to take this one actually. They're really sliding around a lot. It's like a wet track. I hope they don't do that. No, exactly.
Hi everyone, I'm Esteban.
I'm Ollie, and we are here with Pixel, and we are going to be building Lego cars. I'm not at all confident.
Luckily it's not like a technical Lego, which is good.
All right, so we're gonna go get the Legos and dump them in, and then we'll get started. We'll ask you guys
Great.
questions. What color are you gonna make your car?
Black and white. Is it a dog? No. Is it a real dog? No. Oh my god. Oh no. He's on Legos. Oh my goodness. This is the cutest dog I've ever seen. Hello. What are their names? They don't have names.
Oh no.
Oh, be careful, be careful. Hello. Hello. How old are they?
Friend.
Oh my god.
We were not expecting that. I think that's the best surprise of the whole day.
Hello. These are the cutest dogs in the world. I want them to stay this size.
Ready to try to answer some questions?
Oh, I don't want to.
No, we don't want to anymore. You can forget the question. Budapest.
To race on, I think the fun races always in Interlagos, in Brazil. They're so small.
Wednesday in Vegas, on one of the years, you know, to meet me and the team, and he was a big fan of F1 and of us, and I think that was quite crazy. Massive. I have to go with like the Spider-Man, so like something like Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, are the best.
Ollie, have you been surprised by a celebrity that's been a fan of yours?
No, none of the celebrities are fans of me.
For me,
No.
the first one has to be Michael Schumacher, probably Ayrton Senna, Usain Bolt in there.
That's
as well.
good.
Fourth one, Messi, I would say, or Ronaldo.
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, I think.
Have you gotten to meet any of them?
For them, it's so slippery here.
I've met Usain Bolt. He gave me a pair of shoes actually. That he raced in the 100 meter. That was incredible. And
The floor is too slippery for them.
but I haven't met Cristiano Ronaldo. No.
Last time I pick him.
It's in the suit, safety.
Again,
Is that your ritual?
That's my ritual.
No.
having a good warm-up
Even if
for
you
the
have
body
it,
is
it will
really
get.
important. You know, making sure the muscles are activated.
No. Just.
Breaking my shoelaces.
Sorry.
All the cars have like some speciality, you know, to them. You know, even like a normal road car, you know, I find it interesting just to see the technology, you know, what goes behind it, what's the reason they did this and that, you know, on the cars. Of course, you know, we are lucky and very privileged to drive the fastest cars in the world. But, you know, I'm passionate about cars before I race. I started to build a collection, which is very cool.
Ferrari 288 GTO. I think it's the most beautiful car.
I like it.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's really, really close to an F1 car from back in the days. All the BMW Z8, you know, it's a beautiful car. I think the ones that are close to your heart, you know, that tells a story, they are the ones that are the most important to you. And for example, I got like a 4CV Renault, and that's the car of my granddad, and for me that one is very important. It doesn't have the value of all these cars we were talking about, but for me it has important value.
I want to take this one actually. Yeah, like a wet it's like a wet track.
Terror. Yeah, she's creating
Got that.
You have a lot of energy.
So they always play like this. This is my favorite one. That's why we're sitting down. Now I understand. I hope they don't do that. No, exactly. I don't know. I can't really think about that. Oh, I love you so much.
I want a Five Guys right now.
Right now?
Right now.
What's your go-to order?
A double bacon cheeseburger. And if you want to discuss Ollie, you say double bacon cheeseburger with mushrooms.
Oh, no, not mushrooms.
Ollie, do you have a favorite fast food item?
To be honest, I'm not a big burger guy. I love like a dirty takeaway pizza.
Damage is not an issue, so.
Who has the most
Is that American? I guess it is.
Bruh.
Bruh. Oh my god, look at the paw. Look at this paw. It's like two colors.
Is there an F1 driver you think has the most Riz?
Everyone is dating, so no Riz.
Okay.
Definitely fit with dogs.
Especially. He's eating my shoes.
Yeah, the shoes are tasty.
Yeah.
One of my favorite pastimes is random topics. Like whenever I go to a new place, I always search up about it, like all of the facts and history. I went to the Maldives in vacation. I spent a long time like researching about maybe I can do that.
Do you have a favorite random history fact?
Maybe the One World Trade Center. That's pretty cool.
That's my favorite random topic.
I think I'm quite good at guessing. Was much like the passion of me and my family, like hearing like the sound of a car.
I know his ones.
Yes, it's Riles playlist.
Honestly, I'm not listening to music that much in this one. My jacket, so warming up, I don't listen to music, but definitely on the way to the track in the morning. Sometimes like rock music, sometimes just like pop music. It really depends on like what my mood is at the time. But I cannot really do a car journey without music. So.
You talk about Love is Beautiful, but do you have a favorite album?
I like the on the way to a go-kart track. Ouch, that's my finger. Like we would always play Taylor Swift, so she was a good cheer. I really like that. Ouch! He's definitely teething.
Let's talk about
It's a
that.
French song, but I've never heard of it. But
Because Bon Jovi also came last year.
oh, don't eat the
Says
ears.
he's living on a prayer. Charles Aznavour.
This has been the best interview I've done in my life. Esteban's a cat guy, so...
No.
You're
Yeah. He was traveling with me in the caravan in the go-kart races
yeah?
everywhere,
That's
all
nice.
around Europe. Monza, when the car flew in the...
Yeah, but like with the cannon. Right?
Yeah.
Like
I think
jogging.
some stuff were realistic, some a lot less, of course.
There was a bit of Hollywood in there, for sure.
But like the last corner lockup, you know, when he does the test, for example, I think that's very accurate.
What was that?
You know, in Silverstone, when he does the first test, he
hit the
arrives
wall,
in the last chicane
And
in
locks up.
Silverstone and locks up the front leg, and then, like,
That happens. That's
that
the
happens.
worst.
Yeah, that's the worst.
The most annoying.
You've done all your lap very well, and you have to arrive to that last corner.
This one is just called LA69. Rolls off the tongue. So LA6920.
All of them. Favorite Fast and Furious, first one. And Fast and Furious, they have such a great playlist. Like, you listen to them, you know, like Raoul, Chris.
Can you rate all the Fast and
Yes. One easy, Too Fast and Furious, then one Tokyo Drift, and then probably all of them and like decreasing. Super cool, yeah, it was super cool.
What a great life. When you're biggest, I'm so happy that they are rescued. That's so nice.
Okay, so no need.
At the moment, I'm obsessed with The Boys. I had no idea it existed, so I've done probably like in 3 weeks, like 3 seasons. And Daredevil on Disney Plus. I love Marvels and I think the show is mega.
I'm watching Night Agent at the moment. What? I love Forza Horizon. It's nice because you can also play it on the road. You know, it's mainly on the road, but you can like upgrade your cars, put body kit, increase the power. That's really fun. They're actually going to release a new one soon. I'm excited for GTA 6. I hope they do a good job with the cars.
You give me that here.
GT7 all day, every day. The best game for passionate, but also the level for racing is really, really high. So you have a bit of both, which is very nice. It would be awesome, Spider-Man cameo. At the moment, I'm obsessed with The Boys. I have no idea how to do it, so I've done probably like in 3 weeks, like 3 seasons. And Daredevil, you know, Disney Plus. I love Marvels and I think the show is mega.
I'm watching Night Agent at the moment. What? I love Forza Horizon. It's nice because you can also play it on the road. You know, it's mainly on the road, but you can like upgrade your car, put body kit, increase the power. That's really fun. They're actually going to release a new one soon. I'm excited for GTA 6. I hope they do a good job.
For me, it's GT7. The level for racing is really, really high. So you have a bit of.
That was the worst room.
It would be awesome, Spider-Man. one day, cameo. That would be cool. I did wear a lot of like different like hero theme helmet, you know, over the years. Deadpool, did Spider-Man, Spider-Man Venom. I did twice Deadpool, I think. Yeah, a lot of them, which has been really a fun thing for me to do, and I've managed to meet a lot of the actors, which was awesome. Captain America also I did.
Hey.
No fight. I met Anthony Mackie, I think last year, which was great. Cameo in the Marvel movie would be great.
We asked Tom Holland what he'd want to do if he weren't an actor, and he said F1 racer.
Really?
Yeah.
We can give him some lessons if you want.
He drives well, actually. You know, I've seen him like driving with Porsche in like a center, and I think he was pretty good. Yeah, I don't think it would take him long. He's good at every sport. You can see it.
He's really good at golf, I think, no?
Yeah, well, he's very good at gymnastics. I think he's a complete athlete, really.
Dog trainers. I said that today, actually. I literally said that like an hour ago. Because outside a hotel there is like a dog center. That would be such a great life, spending all day with these. Although like, you need them at one point, like guys, please, let's go to sleep now. Let's rest.
I did some drift this year, actually, in F1 in Bahrain. We had like some wet tire running to do, just going around. It was completely dry, very hot, actually. And I drifted the car. It was fun, actually. I mean, it's not the fastest way to go around, you know, if I have to be honest, but that was good fun. I enjoyed it.
So cute. People say that it's not a sport and that it's easy physically. Actually, physically, it's quite a big challenge to drive these cars, especially inside the cockpit. You know, it's
not true. It's super easy. They are all right. It's not a sport.
It's the correct conception. What's wrong?
What are you doing?
What's wrong? No, this one actually has a different name. It's North Shore Animal League 516. Maybe shouldn't say the number. Or I should.
Don't fight, don't fight.
If you want to buy this dog, 516-883-7575 and call him Ollie.
Call him Ollie.
It's a girl, actually. Call her Olivia.
So we did a video with you guys last year and a lot of other F1 drivers, and we had you take an American driving test. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And you failed.
Great.
Do you think you do better now?
Yes.
No, he failed his test in the UK already. He passed it on the second one. So different signs and everything, so it's very difficult.
I think we could pass it now. We try a bit harder. Thanks, BuzzFeed.
Thank you, BuzzFeed. So these puppies are up for adoption in America. So please
give them the best life ever.
Yeah, the best life ever. These toys, real life. It's not like you just take care, they are cute, and then you can please keep them for love. We would take them all.
So hello guys, we are stealing Paul Ricard. I'm just picking up my new company car. Testing yesterday with the...
No, you're not. Yeah, we're playing agree to disagree. No, you're not. Like, it's coming over.
You're afraid to fly?
Yeah. Hot dog to hot dog.
So I slide to disagree.
No, Rafa, be honest.
Somewhere is so good.
What? Ah, mate, don't say that, I might change my answer. These questions are like... Hi guys, how's it going? I'm and Rafa here, and we're going to play Disagree.
I would rather road trip across Europe than come to America.
Yeah, I want to go US. Yeah,
I love the US.
Yeah, I think it'd be way cooler. I mean, I've like seen Paris and Rome enough times, so like, yeah, I've been there, done that. It's kind of my backyard.
Top place in North America you want to go?
Texas. I'm really excited to go to Texas, but I love Miami too. It's really nice.
The best football players in the world come from Brazil.
I need to go for the boss.
Nah, I don't know. I meant in the middle. I like Brazilian footballers. I think they're quite cool. Like Neymar, Vini. They've got a good vibe. But it's coming home. 26. It's coming home.
I would say Neymar or something like this.
At the moment.
I don't know. I don't.
You don't watch football.
I don't know.
You can't say that in Brazil, no?
But I know they are really famous, so they're really good. I disagree. Sandwich is a sandwich. Hot dog is a hot dog.
What? Hot dog's a hot dog.
If I were a superhero, I would rather be able to turn invisible than to fly.
It's cool by being invisible. No one can even see you. You can do as cool stuff as you want, no one even know.
You prefer to fly?
Yeah.
I prefer to be invisible.
You can't spend the rest of your life denying your family.
You don't like people.
No, but
like to be alone.
I can hear secrets and a lot of things just being invisible.
You just like eavesdropping.
This is forced conversation. This is fun.
Exactly.
Mate, don't say that, I might change my answer.
I don't need a pen. I just go.
Even phone calls without reading it. Once the conversation ends, I can automatically give you a summary of what I said.
It's meant to be.
Excellent is what I need to do yet. And two takeaways that I can actually read.
Sorry.
So instead of standing to take notes or worrying about getting important details, I can just be present in the moment. The stats, buildings, everybody, 64 gigabytes of storage, support over 120 languages, and small enough to snap on the back. And to further entrepreneurial to speed, I think I'm creating added versions of the content ideas, plans, and follow-ups without failure. No confusion, no missed details, just
So
especially like, so you're from Brazil. I really want to go to Brazil and like, I haven't thought exactly what time of year. Like I'd say April to October time. So like.
This is winter in Brazil. It's the opposite.
Is
in
it?
Brazil is from
Yeah,
November
but
to March. In Northeast, you can go whatever you want.
Anyway, I want to go to Rio. I think it's just like a super sick vibe. Like on the beach, playing football.
I never went to Rio.
It just looks mental.
Qualifying is more fun than
Oh. These questions are like.
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree. I'd say slightly disagree. So I think the wet is fun because it's different. Like majority of stuff is dry, and that's why wet is fun because it's different. But like in the wet, you never have that like risk, send it sort of way. Like in the dry, you just Q3, switch off the brain and go.
I think a race on wet is more fun than a dry. But a qualifying?
Why?
No.
You can't see. I definitely prefer quality over wet race. Wet race, you can't see where you're going. It's not very fun. Or it's just all this invisible vibe you like to disappear. You want to be invisible, you want to be in the spray so no one can see you.
No.
Overtaking is more satisfying than defending.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, yeah, defending's fun. Like when you have someone who's miles faster, you just like hammer him.
Yeah,
every
but
lap and don't
overtake
let
is
him through.
much better.
But yeah, word. There's nothing like a lunge.
Yeah, like a lunch.
A lunge.
Last one. Pineapple belongs on pizza.
We're in sync
I
with
think
that.
I don't need to say anything about it.
No problem.
Huge.
What's your favourite pizza?
Margarita.
4 cheese.
Okay, similar. You agree on that one?
Quattro formaggi.
Mhm.
Come on.
Good.
Italian team. No, I know where I'm from. Thanks for watching. You smashed that, Rafa. That was... The invisible stuff's a bit weird, I can't lie. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Second, but
the hypercar, and I'm gonna be soon on my way to Monaco, driving around 2 hours, and I will see Max there, and we're gonna fly to Nürburgring. Today is Wednesday, and Thursday, all relaxed.
2:35,
and tomorrow we
let's
start
go.
driving. So yeah, looking forward to go there and start racing.
Have fun.
Yeah, I will.
And enjoy the 24 hours.
Yep. See you guys at the Nürburgring.
So, guys, we just arrived to the Nordschleife. As you can see, the weather is incredibly challenging. Yeah, tomorrow everything starts, action starts, qualifying 1, qualifying 2, which is like practice sessions. And ready to roll. I'm massively excited for this day and for the weekend coming ahead. I also have plans. So it's Thursday, first day at the track. Just did a helmet check, clothing check, very 1980s kind of style, very Nürburgring style. We don't normally do this on the FIA races. But yeah, now we have some meetings ahead of the first session at 1 p.m. The weather is classic Nordschleife weather, so yeah, looking forward to getting out on track again. It's going to be an exciting weekend, and I'm ready to roll.
Hey, not fair.
And then the big one is again that straight.
Wait.
Before you get to loud, that straight. Now the second lap is already a little
Hey. Hey. Hey, whoa, hey. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Nice.
In what year was Verstappen Racing launched? He's gonna be better. You're doing by 202. No. Did you put? Which one is right? Danny, that one. Hey, I wrote.
So first session done, qualifying 1, which is more of a practice
Hayward
session
and
for us.
Envy, nice.
Qualifying for the GT3 cars is only happening tomorrow, so yeah, bit of a mixed conditions. We had dry conditions in the beginning.
that is
Max started doing some runs.
Wrong.
Then I jumped in the car in the dry and changed to Jules and Luigi at the end, and it started raining. So Jules drove on the slick tires in the wet. That was a bit tricky, but that's what we expect for the weekend.
Truly beat the extreme measures. Nice.
And so far so good. We were P3 in the session. Car feels good. Drivers feel good. We all feel ready. So let's go.
Nice.
I love this condition.
These are like end-game stuff.
So the day is done. Day one at the Nordschleife. Practice day for us. 2 sessions, 1 mixed conditions, 1 fully wet. Crazy day, like always at the Nordschleife. Crazy conditions, but that's great practice for us for the race. We got the car ready, we got the car in the right pace, and tomorrow is qualifying day, so I'm really excited for that one. Don't miss it, because it's going to be a really good one. So, good morning guys. This is quali day. We're in Q2 right now. Max is currently Q1. We need to be top 7 to make it to Q3. Q3 is going to be the final 12 cars going for a shootout. At the moment we are through, so I will be driving Q3, which is an exciting session. No traffic around the Nordschleife, the best feeling ever. So yeah, I'm looking good so far. Yeah, I'm confident that we can be quite up front for tomorrow's race. I mean, the goal here is to win on Sunday, but we're in the right
I swear there's more things growing here, I'm not crazy.
I was sweating a little bit on the last time. I mean, I saw us dropping. I was like, oh. Yeah. I know it's too comfort for me, but
very good. We made it to Q3, so in a couple of hours we're going to be
Extreme measures. Only hard of the final boss. Others set them are easy.
to enjoy it, so let's go for it.
Okay, let's go. Nice to see we have got this too. Don't tell me there's more, bro, please. That's all I'm asking. Okay, so even he's gone now. That was the max. Thank you. I've always wanted to beat Extreme Measures. Now I feel like I've completed the game. What do I do?
Good quali, P4 for tomorrow for the start. Tricky conditions, it was a bit damp in the beginning with the slick tire, and yeah, I think we took the most out of it. First lap was very difficult. Then the second one was better, so yeah, in the end fourth, I think it's a really good starting position for tomorrow and all to play for in the race.
No new dialogue, nothing for that.
Autograph session the night before the race. The full pit lane is crowded. I think everybody's waiting for Max, but they get Lucas, Jules and me instead. Cool to have so many people and very special. Now it's time to rest a bit, have some sleep and get ready for tomorrow. Race starts 3 p.m. and it's going to be an exciting one. Going back to the auto, time to rest, tomorrow, time to rest.
Can we take a picture?
So guys, race day. I woke up very fresh today, 7:30 a.m., a bit earlier than my alarm. But it's because I'm excited for what's coming, and it's now nearly 11, and I'm getting ready. 3 p.m. we're going to start the race. I'll be starting the race, so that's massive excitement as well. And let's race for 24 hours.